How to advance your SLP career, continuing education and clinical experience for SLPs. Can SLPs actually advance their career? What does that really look like? This is a topic that's near and dear to my heart. Today, I'm going to be sharing the many ways you can advance your career as an SLP. Whether you're a brand new SLP or you've been doing this for years, there is always room for growth. Let's dive in. I'm Theresa Richard. I've been a medical speech pathologist for 15 years. I'm a board-certified specialist in swallowing and swallowing disorders. I'm the founder and CEO of the MedSLP Collective and MedSLP Education. Continuing education and advanced certifications. Continuing education is not only necessary to maintain your ASHA certification and your state license, it's necessary in order to keep up with our ever-changing best practices in our field and to provide great patient care. I'm a big fan of subscriptions where you pay a flat rate and then you can binge watch courses whenever you like, versus paying for one course that may or may not be useful or applicable to your caseload. As the founder of the MedSLP Collective, of course, I will gladly encourage you to check out this subscription-based membership that will provide you with both live and recorded webinars ranging in topics that cover the entire lifespan, as well as professional issues medical SLPs may be up against. However, I'm also a big fan of a bunch of other subscription-based companies that provide courses for ASHA CEUs. Other popular websites include MedBridge or speechpathology.com. Both offer new and recorded material, also across the lifespan, and it's always good to check out a variety of speakers, perspectives, and experiences because our field is so vast. Choose a focus or specialization for your continuing education related to your current caseload or the job you wish to have in the future. For example, if you want to learn more about dysphagia diagnostics and therapy, consider a FEES course, MBS-IMP, McNeil Dysphagia Therapy Program, AmpCare, just to name a few, or other courses specific to dysphagia assessment and treatment. Or if you want to get a job in a voice clinic but aren't quite there yet, take courses in voice therapy and diagnostics to boost your skills while you job hunt. This is exactly why we created the learning pathways in the MedSLP Collective. It can be overwhelming to dive into an ocean of topics, but narrowing it down to just one particular area of focus makes things much more digestible and efficient. We've put together specific pathways or roadmaps of webinars and resources inside our library dedicated to a particular topic, and you just follow right along. Once you complete a pathway, you earn a badge. I'm a fan of celebrating continued growth in education. So we have some fun gifts thrown in there as well for anyone who completes 3 or all of the pathways. Set your sights high and aim for an ASHA ACE Award. An ASHA ACE Award is given to anyone who completes 7.0 ASHA CEUs, which is 70 hours of continuing education, in 3 years or less. Consider working towards advanced certifications like the BCS or the CBIS. Many of these require taking courses for ASHA CEUs, plus more coursework and an exam, depending on the certification, to show your additional education and understanding of certain topics. Based on my personal experience, the experience of others who have worked across various facilities, and discussions or articles published in the ASHA Leader, I've learned that many work settings incentivize professional certifications through career ladder advancement opportunities. You can read more about this in the personal experience of one SLP who achieved her board certification in neurologic communication disorders, offered by the Academy of Neurologic Communication Disorders and Sciences, or ANCDS, in an article published in ASHA Perspectives titled Specialty Certification: What's in It for Me? While plenty of certifications exist, no SLP should feel pressured to complete them. It's important to make sure that whatever continuing education or certification opportunities you choose actually align with your personal goals, professional goals, and education needs. I'm excited to share that with the help of a team of SLPs, researchers, and professors, we've launched a certification program dedicated to medical SLP education that is currently going through the accreditation process. It's an 8-month program that requires completing at least 128 hours of intensive, medically based SLP education, an assigned one-on-one mentor in a cohort of 9 other MedSLPs, and we provide 7 live and recorded calls per month to support your current needs, discuss clinical case studies, and answer questions. This is an option I've always wanted to create for MedSLPs who are searching for this model of education and support. And if you're not looking for a program like this, we still offer all of the intensive 8 to 12 hour courses individually or as bundles, so anyone can check out the education. The MedSLPEd certification certainly is not required to be a medical SLP. The only certification that's required is your ASHA Certificate of Clinical Competency. However, through years of personal experience and listening to the requests of SLPs across dozens of online and in-person platforms, we recognize the growing desire for medically intensive programs outside of academics that can provide the additional education and support many SLPs have been seeking. This program is a new opportunity for medical SLPs to consider as they search for medical SLP support and education that goes beyond a handful of webinars. Hopefully you're now already thinking of some ways you can begin growing in your career. If you're enjoying this video, I'd love it if you hit the subscribe button so you never miss another video, and so I can keep making videos like this one. Find a mentor or become a leader in the SLP community. Newer SLPs, find a mentor. If you're a veteran SLP, become one, or seek a mentor to be your sounding board, especially if you're transitioning to a new setting you may not be the most familiar with. Enroll in the ASHA STEP program. STEP stands for Student to Empowered Professional. Per ASHA's website, STEP is a robust virtual mentoring community developed for underrepresented populations in communication sciences and disorders. All SLP and audiology students are welcome to enroll as a mentee, and practicing SLPs are invited to apply to be a mentor. Inside the MedSLP Collective, we have over 30 paid mentors who are ready to answer your questions in our private discussion forum and community. Our community managers tag specific mentors with specialized knowledge and experiences in different areas to help you with challenging cases, professional issues, advocacy support, and whatever else you need help with. Keep in touch with your favorite grad school professors and clinical instructors. Is there a professor or clinical instructor who really molded your skills early on? Maybe they have extensive experience with certain patient populations or research a particular topic that you're interested in. The connections we build in grad school can foster wonderful growth throughout our careers. Veteran SLPs, take on grad students, CFs, and mentor newer SLPs in your areas or facilities. Consider setting up a journal club. Start one or begin attending one in your area to get to know your SLP community and keep up with the latest research. Consider accountability groups. Start one with your grad school friends, your coworkers, your SLP network, or join one within the MedSLP Collective if you're a member. Check out local, state, and national leadership. Get involved with a leadership position or on a committee to enact change at the local, state, and national levels. ASHA offers multiple avenues for advocacy at all levels of government. Their advocacy portal will help keep you informed on public policy changes, ways to voice your support for advocacy efforts on behalf of the profession, healthcare issues, issues in schools and education, professional practice and workforce issues, and patient, client, student issues. You can get involved by being an advocate of the professions or by signing up to be a Grasstops Envoy, which is a group of ASHA members who actively engage with their members of Congress on behalf of the profession. One member of the MedSLP Collective has been making waves in our field when it comes to advocating, lobbying, and changing policies. She was representing ASHA as a Grasstops Envoy and met with offices of senators and representatives of their state to advocate and lobby for a variety of issues in our field. At the height of the pandemic, she met with her state representative to discuss the pandemic, lack of personal protective equipment, and her role as an SLP. The conversation also led to head and neck cancer and the high incidence of HPV and oropharyngeal cancer. She ended up receiving the support she fought for and was even contacted to assist her representative office with a bipartisan bill for the House of Representatives and a national campaign of HPV awareness. The way she exposed our field, raised awareness, and was being called on to assist with advocacy at the national level is so inspirational and is just one of the many examples SLPs can learn from when it comes to leadership and advocacy roles. Become a leader in your facility or solve a problem in our field. Start programs in your facility like an oral care program to ensure every patient receives proper oral care with proper tools, not just pink oral swabs. The Grazer program for long-term care and memory care units. If you're not familiar with the Grazer program, this is an approach that facilities can take to manage unintentional weight loss associated with the progression of cognitive decline while maximizing the nutritional intake of all residents. This is primarily implemented in long-term care facilities or memory care units. It involves identifying residents at risk for unintentional weight loss, tracking the residents' weight over time, determining the needs of your residents, and taking action. It's a collaborative approach with SLPs, PTs, OTs, nurses, RDs, and MDs. Provide in-services on SLP roles. Our roles are so broad that it's easy to encounter colleagues who aren't actually aware of all that we do. Organize a time to provide in-services to the nurses or specific departments. This can be about oral care, how we assess dysphagia, and why we need instrumentals, the purpose of thickening liquids, and why we shouldn't do it at bedside, our roles with dementia, cognition, voice, and anything else that you might encounter in your setting. Your creativity is the limit. What could be made better in your facility? If you're interested in taking a course on leadership skill development as a medical SLP, then I invite you to check out an Introduction to Leadership Skill Development for Medical SLPs for only $47. I also have some free content for you on my podcast. Head over to the swallowyourpridepodcast.com. If you'd like to treat your ears to some growth-minded episodes of the Swallow Your Pride podcast, check out a few episodes that we'll link below.